What is up, guys? It's me here. Welcome back to my channel, where today I get to tell you all about the largest bank heist in U.S. history. No, not that one. That's small potatoes. Literally, this one is big. On September 11, 1997, more than $40 million was stolen from the Loomis Fargo cash vault in Charlotte, North Carolina. But how did a couple of nobody small-town crooks manage to steal so much money? Well, let's find out. This is the story of David Ghantt, Kelly Campbell, and Steve Chambers. Let's start at the beginning, though, because to understand how these people pulled off such an audacious heist, we first have to know who they are and what makes them tick. David Ghantt was a Vietnam veteran and former police officer turned armored car guard. He was known by his colleagues as a bit of a slacker, someone who daydreamed a lot and seemed unfocused. While he had the demeanor of a man who had seen some things, underneath it all, he was a family man who just wanted a better life for himself and his two kids. Kelly Campbell was a go-getter type who worked as a cocktail waitress to pay her way through college. She was smart, ambitious, and stunningly attractive. She met Ghantt when she began working as a cocktail waitress at the DoubleTree Hotel where Ghantt was staying while on the job. The two began an affair which quickly became serious, and although their relationship was unconventional given Ghantt's marital status, the two were determined to make it work. Finally, we have Steve Chambers, a self-described Vietnam refugee who made his way to Charlotte by way of Florida. He was an ex-con who had served time for armed robbery and burglary and was something of a ladies' man. Like Ghantt, Chambers also worked as an armored car guard. The year is 1996 and Ghantt has just met Kelly. At the time, he's married but separated and living with his two kids in a modest home in South Carolina. Working as an armored car guard isn't exactly a glamorous gig. In fact, it's pretty boring most days. But for Ghantt, it's a decent paycheck. And the flexible hours allow him to spend time with his kids during the week. Plus, there's very little physical exertion required. All he really has to do is drive around, pick up some boxes, count the money inside them, put the boxes in his truck, and drive to the next location. One day, however, everything changes. Ghantt meets Kelly, and soon the two begin to hatch a plan that will change all of their lives forever. They will steal a lot of money, like a lot of money, $40 million to be exact, but to pull this off, they'll need help. Enter Steve Chambers. With his criminal past, Chambers knows how to get into places he's not supposed to be. On the night of September 11, 1997, the three of them put their plan into action. As Ghantt drives to the Loomis Fargo building in Charlotte, North Carolina, he parks around the corner from the building and meets up with Chambers. The two of them then walk to the back of the building where the air conditioning unit is located. Chambers begins cutting the bars of a window with bolt cutters while Ghantt keeps watch. Once inside, they disable the alarm and open the safe. Then it's just a matter of filling up their duffel bags and slipping out the back door. Gantt's job is done. He gets in his car and drives to a pre-arranged location where he meets up with Kelly. The two of them then drive off into the sunset, laughing all the way to the bank. Or maybe they went to an ATM, I don't know. The point is, they made off with $17.3 million, which at the time was the largest bank heist in U.S. history. In the following weeks, the FBI closes in on the gang. Chambers is arrested first, followed by Ghantt, and finally Kelly. Each of them would serve several years in prison before being released in 2003. Yeah, this one hurts. $17.3 million is no small amount of money. It's hard to believe that these people actually got away with it for as long as they did. What's even more amazing is that this isn't even the largest bank heist in world history. If you want to hear about the biggest bank robberies in the world, stay tuned because I've got a video coming out soon that's gonna blow your mind. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and join the movement. Also, be sure to check out my new podcast available on various platforms. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.